Alright guys, well this is going to be very interesting to see 10-20 years down the road when people are looking back on their YouTube channels, looking back on video game history, just the amount of coverage that we have had around Dragon Age Veilguard, and the fact that this is probably going to be one of the most documented, miserable mistakes of a game that was ever made, and I'm here for it. Before we begin, I just want to make sure you guys hit like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm trying to beat the YouTube algorithm. It is currently kicking me in the nuts, so all the help I can get from you guys will be greatly appreciated. So this article from that Park Place says Dragon Age the Veilguard rumored to have sold less than Star Wars Outlaws. Now, if you do recall, we've covered Star Wars Outlaws extensively on the channel, and that game I believe is somewhere around 1 million copies sold, which was a massive underperformance for Ubisoft given the fact that they had stated explicitly that Star Wars Outlaws was one of their largest marketing campaigns of all time. They spent millions of dollars trying to market that game to an audience that did not exist for it. So, that being said, a new rumor claims that Dragon Age the Veilguard has sold less copies than Ubisoft Star Wars Outlaws. YouTuber Endymion revealed that a source shared with him that the game has only sold about 500,000 copies, which is half of what is rumored regarding Star Wars Outlaws. He said, "This is from my same source that I shared previous Dragon Age pre-orders numbers with, which was in my video a few days back. Apparently, according to them, pre-orders for Veilguard were even less than initially thought. I told you in the last video, they were roughly 115,000 total pre-orders across all platforms. That's digital and physical, by the way. And new info that my source has now told me that the numbers actually may have been too high. The number that they are hearing from people at EA now is that it was actually between 70 to 75,000 pre-orders in total before release, which is, yeah, not good at all. In total, what I'm told is that Veilguard may have sold overall so far anyway in the 500,000 range, which may sound good to some, but this is completely abysmal for a game of this level," he added. Not only did he share that the game's sales were only around 500,000, but he also revealed that players are refunding the game in droves. Endymion stated, "As I was told by my same source, BioWare's higher-ups believed the game would skyrocket past 100,000 concurrent players on Steam during launch. It didn't, of course. It only hit 89,000 and has dropped since then. Apparently, in terms of the EA subscription service, where you pay a monthly fee to play their catalog of games, which Veilguard is a part of, this offer only ended up pulling in around 20,000 players on Origin as I'm told, which is hardly anything for a game that, again, needs far more than this to succeed. I'm also told in terms of refunds that currently the game has had at least 30,000 refunds in the past few days, which is not good for your game that has barely sold 500,000 copies to be hemorrhaging players like this," he relayed. So generally speaking, Veilguard is not a commercial success. It needed to sell around the 4 to 5 million mark to make a profit at least, and well, it's not doing that. Which, again, is absolutely frightening given the fact that this game should have had a massive audience. There was 10 years between the last game and this game, and while Dragon Age may not be the biggest household name that exists in the video game industry, there is a dedicated fan base for this franchise. Plenty of us who would have been like, yeah, I enjoyed the first 3 games, I want more of this. But again, it doesn't surprise me that nobody is turning out for this game. When you see people like the lead writer, Patrick Weeks, having meltdowns about Donald Trump after the election was over, when you go back to who the game director is, Corinne Bush, a man who believes he's a woman, when you see who the people are working at BioWare, it's just a bunch of nose-ringed, blue-haired, gender-confused people who just seem to hate their customer base and want to lash out at them repeatedly because they disagree with their politics or their perspective on the world or their opinions on pronouns. You get the idea. But it gets even better because now we have a YouTuber, Dr. Disaster, that has his own information, his own little leak from a retail source that I'm going to play for you right now.
Just to catch people up, I have several contacts in the retail industry, people with access to the sales data of a bunch of retail stores, and they reached out to me to let me know that this game was being traded in at a much higher clip than is normal, meaning that people who purchased physical copies of the game were getting rid of it because they didn't want it any longer. So, when I was doing research on the topic, as I mentioned yesterday, I pulled up the GameStop trade-in website because they post their offers for games right on their webpage. As an example, if you pull up Mario Party Jamboree here, which came out just a few weeks ago, they will give you this exact price. But when I pulled up Dragon Age, there was nothing for the game. There was no data, so I had to travel to my local GameStop in order to figure out what was up. and the numbers that I got from them were astonishing.
Holy shit.
For a copy of a brand new game that just came out literally a week ago, these guys told me they would give either $20 in store credit or $14 in cash. That is absolutely mind-boggling. I asked the guy working behind the counter, why in the heck is the price so low? And he got a bit of a smirk on his face. There was no one else in the store, it was just he and I, but still, he said it like a halfway whisper to me, saying, come on man, nobody wants this game. We can't get rid of it. You're the third person to want to sell it back to me today.
Now, I'm going to link his video down below so you guys can watch the rest of it for yourself. I don't want to steal his thunder, especially given that this is one of his insiders, some information that he collected. But again, just to emphasize, just to go to the point that he was making about GameStop, later in the video he does say that they did list, again, Dragon Age available online as far as the retail value or the trade-in value. And you can see here where you have Call of Duty Black Ops 6 where you can get up to $33 for trade-in, Mario Party Jamboree up to $27.50, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero up to $38.50, Veilguard right here on PlayStation 5 up to $22, less than Silent Hill 2 or it's $33. Even 2K25, you've got $24.20, Super Mario 3D All-Stars $44, Black Ops 6 again, $33. Absolutely mind-blowing because the fact is nobody wants this game. And it goes to show that unfortunately, while there is a serious market for good games, people are just tuning out because the reality is most of the games we're getting are not good, they're not well made, they're not well written. We're getting crap like this.
So I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
If this is because I have criticized your dress or your manners...
It isn't!
Under the Cune, the term for one whose gender does not match the one given to them at birth was a cunithlock. Perhaps you are like that.
Why do you have to keep picking at it? Why can't you just be happy for me?
Evatosh, chakra toebra.
So I'm supposed to struggle with who I am? Even if I don't feel like I fit, even if I feel wrong?
Anyways, guys, share your thoughts down below. Again, if you could like, share, comment, anything to kind of boost me in the algorithm. Ever since I hit 10,000 subscribers, I have been massively held down by YouTube. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm trying to put more time and more effort in my videos. Every bit of help from you guys is appreciated, and I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have two channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.